Hey everybody, welcome back to Mirror Image Co, the coaching and styling platform that helps you create empowering style for your life. Now, I want to do a couple of coaching videos and really wanted to expand on some of the subjects that we touched in our blogs, but in more in-depth, and to also connect with you guys and see what your thoughts are and how these videos will impact you and help you just have a more productive life, have a more stylish life, but also have one that's really helping you meet your goals. So today's video is going to be on health and wellness, and I've got a couple of points about that. And I know that January is a big month of the year that everyone gets onto their fitness goals, but it is definitely now the time of year where people are kind of lagging off and maybe not meeting their goals and maybe not staying true to what they had intended at the start of the year. And so I just want to talk about health and wellness because this is such a big part of my life in particular, but not for the reasons that you may see on Instagram or Facebook or things like that. Not that those things are bad, because we love social media, but it's important that you kind of have a good grounding about why health and fitness and wellness is important. And the first point is to make you feel good. If you feel good, that emanates from how you speak to people, how you carry yourself, and it's actually scientifically proven that after a good sweat session, that your brain releases endorphins. So it releases chemicals in your brain that literally are designed to make you feel good and nothing else. And so if you've ever thought about that feeling that you get when you know that you've accomplished something and you've just done a great gym session, and yes, your muscles may be a bit sore, but you feel really good, those are the things that your brain will need to get used to more. And the more you do it, the better you will feel, because your brain naturally releases that. It's not something that you have to force. So if you feel good, you present yourself well. Second thing is to take inventory and see your doctor. See your doctor. What do they recommend? What are their concerns, if any, about your regime, and make sure that you see a medical professional to ensure that you're obviously taking the correct steps. The next point to that is to invest in a trainer if you can. If you can't, then you can also use many apps. This is the great thing about technology. You're not limited to one type of activity, or you're not limited to having to go out and do something. You can actually download it on your phone, on your iPad, whatever system that you use, and you can get working out straight away. This is not sponsored, but my favorite app is the Nike training app. It has various exercises at all levels. It may not be as extensive as some of the other exercise apps out there, but it's a great way to maintain your fitness, and it's also a great start. And it's also one that gives you greater exercise on mobility and strength and endurance, depending on what your goal is. So again, going back to getting a trainer and setting specific goals, because it means that you know what you're working towards. It's part of your self-care, and having good self-care starts with a good foundation. So if you think about, taking a hot bubble bath or a mask or things like that, those things are great in and of themselves, but doing exercise means that you're going to have tangible results. You may not have them in a week, you may not have them in, even 4 weeks, but you will see tangible results in the long term. And it's a part of caring for yourself and doing something for yourself that betters your life, not only on the outside, how you look, but also on the inside in terms of how much confidence you gain. So apart from time, your health is your most valuable asset. So if you don't take care of your health, I think we all know what that feels like when you're sick, when you've got the flu, when you're not well. And so it's really important to take care of something now once you have it, and once it's still an asset, rather than something that's hindering you from living your life. The other point is to not compare. Focus on progress and not perfection. If you compare, and we live in a world where now you can literally see what everyone is doing, you know, how everyone looks like, what they're eating, everything like that. And so it's very tempting to compare. However, you have to know that your body is yours. There's only one type of you anyway. So the needs that you have for your body, the goals that you may have for your body, the things that you may want to achieve with it are going to be specific to you. And you can go there for inspiration. I personally think that Instagram is a great way to inspire, because that's how I approach it. So if you approach those kind of things as informational and inspirational, you're going to get the most out of it. But if you approach it from the standpoint of, oh, I don't look like that, my abs don't look like that, you know, most of those pictures are actually to do with lighting and flexing of your muscles. And so you have to be aware of the kind of setup that goes behind that. That's not to take away from those athletes or those individuals who work very hard on their bodies, but you have to understand that your body will look different resting than it will when it's flexed and when it's tensed. So don't compare, and understand that your body is unique to you, and that's what makes it special. So do it from a place of self-love, and I believe that eating well is a form of self-respect. When you eat well, when you choose to feed your body for nutrition rather than out of a need to fill a void, or emotional eating, or just to get rid of the hunger, but you eat in a intentional, concerted way. You don't need to be counting macros. If you are, that's great, but if you're not, then that's fine as well. But find what works for you. It could be macros, it could be intuitive eating, it could be something else, but find out what works for you so that it can be fitting into your lifestyle. And this leads on to my next point, which is find out your why, because a lot of people work out and they take care of their health for the summer, but once the summer goes, it's done, and you get to winter or autumn and winter, and you know you've kind of lost all the results. So why not keep that all year round so you don't have to start all over again? So find out your why and make it a lifestyle. Make it eating well a lifestyle. Make it so that you're not dreading going out with your friends to eat at a restaurant because you don't know, you know, what kind of food they're gonna have. You know, make sure that you let your friends know and your family know that this is a new journey that you're on. It's so important to that, because then they can either support you if they can, and they can help you make great choices. And all of this is all about your choices. You wake up every day with a choice as to whether to take care of yourself. And I have to say that 45 minutes is 3% of your day. And if you're working out maybe even less than that, which is 30 minutes a day, maybe 5 times a week, that's less than 3% of your day. And it means that you're getting a sweat on. So you don't have to spend, you know, 5 or 6 hours in the gym, you know, every other day. If you don't have the time for that, I think it's really important to fit it into your life so that it becomes part of your routine. So it's not something you see as an outside thing or a burden or something you have to do. See it as something that you get to do, because so many people aren't able to move by themselves, to take care of themselves. They're not able to be mobile. So health is such a primary privilege to have. So the other thing I would say is that it helps you invest in your future. You are investing in the person that you will be in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. Now, yes, you will see results when you're consistent with it in the short term. You definitely see that. But if your body reaches a plateau, you might want to switch things up, either how you eat or the types of exercise that you do. So you may want to go for low intensity training or high intensity training, strength training, things like that. But you have to understand that your future self will thank you for what you're doing now. So you may not see the wellness aspect for a long time, but it's so worth it, because you want to be able, when you're older and when your metabolism naturally slows down, you want to make sure that it's not as slow as it can be, and that your body is still working for you. It's not something that's pulling you any which way. and you're not at an age or a time where you're firefighting with your body. You're not putting out fires because you weren't aware and you weren't listening to it. And lastly, I would say that it develops so many characteristics. So taking care of yourself, working out, eating well, develops so many internal characteristics. It develops commitment, it develops discipline, it develops self-sufficiency, leadership, and learning, because you're always learning. You're always trying to see, is this the best, amino to take? What pre-workout should I do? What kind of protein will work for me? How do I eat well if I want to compete, for example, in a competition, or if I just want to cut or bulk up or build muscle? How do I do that as a woman without looking masculine? I know these are all concerns, but it develops that sense of curiosity and that sense of leadership where you take ownership of your life. And I think that's so important to do, because it benefits you. And when you're happy, when you're feeling good, you look good and you're good for the people around you. So I want to implore you to invest in your health and wellness, not so that you can just take a great Instagram selfie, although that's not bad. It's just so that you can know and you can feel proud and you can feel confident at something that you've worked hard for and something that you've achieved. And it's something that no one can take away from you. Just like finishing a degree, just like going through the hard work of starting a company and setting it up and seeing it flourish. It takes time, but it's something that you can say that you've achieved, and something that will always be a lifelong journey. So I hope that helps give you some tips and some perspective about how you can approach your health and wellness journey. Throw in some meditation in there to help you relax. And by meditation, I don't mean any religious meditation. I just mean meditation to also calm your mind, if that also helps you focus on what you're going to do after that. So check out our website, mirror-imageco.com, and I'll link it in the description bar below so that you can check out our latest blogs, our Mirror Spotlight, which just highlights every month a key aspect of either leadership, fashion, style, lifestyle, anything that can help you move your life forward and also just enjoy life. So get fit, get moving, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.